wonderful Tuesday morning here in the city of Lagos, Ogba to be precise. I'm with my wonderful reviewers with me. I have Mr. David, I have Mr. Matthew, I have Mr. Samuel, I have Mr. Felix, and others are on their way. Okay, a big welcome to everyone watching from Nigeria and also in diaspora. A big thank you for subscribing to Flip TV. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the newsstands. Let's go over to the newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the Nation newspaper, and also I do have the Nigerian Tribune. Above the masthead of the Nigerian Tribune, allow Southeast succeed if their leaders insist. Allow Southeast succeed if their leaders insist. That is from the Northern Elders. IGP suspends tinted glasses permits, says roadblocks remain banned. IGP suspends tinted glasses permits, say roadblocks remain banned. The main headline: Nigerians must have free access to self-expression. Nigerians must have free access to self-expression. That is from the U.S. envoy. Suspension in national interest. FG tells U.S., UK, and Canada. Federal government is telling the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada that the suspension of Twitter is in national interest. Opera as NBC directs broadcast stations to uninstall Twitter handles. Opera as NBC directs broadcast stations to uninstall Twitter handles. Tweeting guaranteed under UN Charter on Human Rights. That is from Adeboye. Our tweets target 5 continents, over 100 nations. That is from Deeper Life and Kumuyi. CBN increases forest allocation to banks, assures liquidity for Invincible. Suspended herdsmen kill 30 in Benue and Ogun. Suspected herdsmen kill 30 in Benue and Ogun. Reps probe MPA over utilization of $80 million insurance fund. Reps probe MPA, Nigeria Ports Authority, over utilization of $80 million insurance fund. Heavy security presence in Igango. Heavy security presence in Igango. Council boss wants more local hunters involved in security. Twitter ban may run us bankrupt. That is from entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs. Both international and local entrepreneurs are saying that the Twitter ban may run entrepreneurs bankrupt in Nigeria. Let's move over to the Nation newspaper. Above the masthead, Iganga King evicted Seriki behind attack. Evicted Seriki behind attack. That is from the Iganga King. The killings that happened yesterday, that we have over 11 people that were killed. Evicted Seriki behind attack. Ebube Agu failure to take off forces founding chairman to quit. Ebube Agu's failure to take off forces founding chairman, that is Governor Dave Umahi, to quit. INEC ready with list of new polling units. INEC now ready with list of new polling units. Community short markets shop to honor TB Joshua. Community shops, short markets and shops to honor TB Joshua. Okay, the main headline on the Nation newspaper: Federal government declares attacks on public assets as terror act. Federal government declares attacks on public assets as terror act. Let's mention the asset here. Killing of policemen, attack on police stations. Now is a terror act. Removal of rail tracks, attack on INEC facility. Now it is a terror act. Prison, it is now a terror act. Destruction of bridges is also a terror act. So now federal government declares attack on public as terror act. Twitter suspended for threatening national security. Twitter suspended for threatening national security. Well, that's it for the newspaper headline this morning. Let's have our wonderful reviewers with me. I have Mr. David with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian Chuku.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. A lovely Tuesday morning to you.
Yeah, you're looking wonderful this morning. Okay.
You're looking good as well.
Twitter has been suspended. The federal government is saying that it was suspended because it is threatening national security.
Good morning to our esteemed viewers. I welcome to this edition of Bystanders at Newsstands. When you say national security, I don't know what the government mean on their own by national security. Bringing down the post of a president is no threat to national security. We are in democracy, whereby if what you tweet is against the ethics of the organization, they don't have choice than to bring down your tweets. It goes against now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's tweet was also brought down. Wasn't Shebi? So now presidents should not always come on board and always and justify their what illegal actions. Now government should on this note swallow their pride and reverse the ban on Twitter. They have golfed on this. The government has got it wrong. Everybody, a 1 million Nigerians have come out to what condemn the action. Even Adeboye, that has never that has never contributed to national issues. Yes, they spoke. He said, see, Redeemed churches were domiciled in about 170 countries, and definitely he need to tweet to reach out to his people. And then, as long as UN Charter is concerned, Twitter is allowed. So you cannot, because of your own interest, because Twitter brought down your own tweets. You want to, you now ban Twitter in Nigeria. Now you are now coming out to paint a different scenario, a different picture. That see, because it threatens national interests. Has Twitter ever started war with Nigeria? See, is Twitter taking sides with the what IPOB? Twitter is just neutral. But even if Mazi make use of Twitter, Buhari hates make use of Twitter. Even as of yesterday, when Malami promised to what prosecute those who violate the law, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, governor Kaduna State, he tweeted. Prominent Nigerians yesterday have tweeted. So to me, I don't see that how would that affect or undermine our national interest. Is Twitter a terrorist group? Is Twitter Al-Qaeda? Is Twitter Fulani Esme? So now government should be objective. Government should not be what biased in this, because Twitter only bring down the tweets of Mr. Buhari, and now you are coming out to say the tweet was brought down. Twitter is become national interest of what national interest? So when we want to,
it threatens national security.
What national security has it threatened? What national security?
The answers Twitter was used.
The answers protest. Now people need to tweet to know what is happening in the diaspora. Now the same Buhari now tweeted in build up to 2015 election, make the social media the means in which the president and Alhaji Lai Mohammed uses most is Twitter. When he went to Chatham House, London, to give speech, didn't he tweet there? When he went to London to give speech, president. These are things you enjoy during when you guys were still in what opposition. If you recall vividly, when about 700 persons lost their life in Kano, Jonathan went to Benue State for what rally. Now Alhaji Lai Mohammed, I start to be corrected here today. He tweeted, he said Jonathan is dancing on his grave. That was what he said. I caught him. That was what Lai Mohammed, now the present minister of what information, who said that Twitter is now threatening national security. He tweeted then
that Jonathan is dancing on his grave.
On his grave in 2014. That was the build up to the 2015 general election. Because about 80 persons died in Kano, and then see, I think that the next day Jonathan went to Benue State to just campaign. That was what he tweeted. And now the same Buhari tweeted and said if Jonathan is not capable, he should go and he should leave the office and let capable hands come in and then pilot the affairs of the country. All these things were made, all these comments were made via tweet. So how does now then it does not threaten national interest when they were in what opposition? Twitter was not against national interest. Now that you've come into power, you want to deprive us of means of expression. The president should not rule as if we are in 1923. This is democracy. Jonathan said something. He said, see, if he had wanted to use his power, majority of Nigerians would not tweet. He said so yesterday, but fine. He said this is democracy. This is the same. This is the same freedom of speech you guys enjoyed when you were seeing what opposition We know how you guys propaganda. You know how the false news, all the false stories you guys framed up against Jonathan, and all this were made known to the world via Twitter. We all know this. So now, why do you want Nigerians now not to air their own view on that platform? You want to deprive them of what airing their own view because what? Because of what your government is doing is what total what injustice. So now the president should have everything. He should reminisce on that and reverse the ban. He should reverse the ban.
It seems the way they are going now, they are going to reverse.
As at yesterday, the Nigerian government and some US envoy, Canada envoy, and Australia met, and what the resolution was that they will start regulating Twitter. I don't. That was just the brief of what I read. I don't know why will you regulate. Why will you regulate social media? In the developed world, you don't need to regulate social media. This is democracy. Government of the people, government of people, by the people, for the people. You are there to serve us, not we serving you.
Okay. Federal government declares attacks on public assets, terror act. That is killing of policemen, attack on police stations, removal of rail tracks, attack on INEC facilities, attack on prisons, destruction of bridges, destruction of farms is not there. Killing innocent citizens is not there.
Now, thank you, Mr. Kisanchuku. Now, I'm a political scientist. I study political science in school now. Before government comes out with a policy, there must be a problem. And now there is what Nigeria is battling with what insecurity now. And now, when there are 4 types of policy now, we have distributive policy, regulative policy. Now you have bottom top approach policy, and now you have top bottom approach policy. Now I think the government of Nigeria only does one kind of policy, top bottom. You just wake up in the morning and just impose policy on people. Now you don't put into consideration, you don't ask these people that what is really the problem before this thing is happening. Everybody should be put into consideration. You seek people's opinion before you come up with a policy. You seek diverse opinion. That what is really the issue now? Ever since this issue of insecurity now, you've now declared this terror act now. Now what about Fulani herdsmen causing this havoc? What stops you from tagging these people as terrorists? What stops you from labeling these Fulani as terrorists now? Wakili, the Seriki that caused issues in where? Iganga in Oyo State now. Ever since the police has claimed to have arrested Wakili now, where is Wakili as of today? And now Wakili's son again unleashed terror act. As at on Sunday at Igogon. His son was part of those that went to Oyo State and caused havoc. Now the same government has kept mum. Lives and property were being destroyed at that Igogon. The federal government did not tag them his kinsmen as what terrorists. Now destroying public assets. Now what is the cause of destroying public assets? If there is no injustice in the system, if the president is not being biased. Now this is the same president that said that people that gave him 95% of votes, he will not focus on them. Sorry, he said that he will focus on them compared to those who gave him 5% of those. That means people from the east gave him 5% of votes, and the north gave him 95% of votes. So it means what? In terms of governance, it will give more attention, it will give more priority to those in the north compared to the east. So now, what do you expect? What do you expect system? No. So now, are you saying there will not be what chaos in system? Are you not saying there will not be what injustice in the system? Now, with his body language, he has said it all. He has shown that I am for the north alone. Because how can a president come up and say now that now destroying public assets is now a terror act? Fine, I accept it. But now what modalities? What modalities have you put in place to checkmate what is causing this terror act? Now, when there's a problem, you need to unravel the cause of the problem. You don't just start shouting and what is the cause of the problem? Let us go back to the roots or the cause of this problem. And now from there, from the roots, we can deal with the cause of this problem. Now there's injustice in the system. There's lopsided appointment system. People are not giving, people that are supposed to be in government are not the one in government. Your brothers and sisters from Fulani are the one in government. Your brothers and sisters from Fulani are the one causing havoc. And still you've not said anything. Now, like Mohammed was saying yesterday, he was saying that Fulanis are not the one causing havoc in Nigeria. Then who? If he says Fulani are not the one causing the havoc in Nigeria, then who are the one causing havoc in Nigeria? Every hand, every report is what pointing towards this Fulani herdsmen. So now why would the Minister of Information come out and start defending them? Now it has taken them how many years now just to label herdsmen as terrorists, but now it did not take the president 5 minutes to label IPOB a terrorist group. You can see the disparity now, because the president on his own knows his people. They are best of same feather. Now that is why he said we should give them land for cattle rearing, our own land. So I think on this note, the president should have a rethink. He should sit down and see what is the cost of this issue. What is the cost of this killing? In 2015, killing wasn't that much. Nigeria wasn't as boiling as this. But due to the fact that we have a president who is just one-sided, we have a president whose mind is always for the Fulani, who thinks everything for the Fulani, every policy he makes just must be in line with the Fulani. He doesn't put into consideration other tribes. We have diverse ethnic groups here in Nigeria, ethnic tribalities. Nigeria is cut every ethnic groups, but just for the interest of one man. Now Malamitu, he is a Fulani man, so sir, whatever policy you want to make that will be against the Fulani, it will not see the light of the day. It will not come. Now my take is now, as it stands, if the president does not want us to live as one country, he should let everybody go their separate way so that we can have peace and sleep well. Because now Nigerians can no longer sleep with their two eyes open. You can see now the east that used to be the safest place before has now become a region full of attack, full of crime, full of bloodshed. And what is the cause? The cause is simple truth now. The cause is you cannot deprive the candidate that won the election. Emeka here they won the election. We all know that it was obvious, but their Sharia lawyer Tanko in Supreme Court gave the mandate to the fourth position. It was not even the first, second, third. Now it jumped past two persons to give it to their own candidate. And now, when he was being asked that, fine, why did you make such pronouncement? He said due to some technicalities. Up to today, he has not come out and explained the ground of that technicalities. Even as I'm not a law student, I know that is what absurd. That is stupidity.
Okay.
So now, are you not saying there will not be chaos in Imo State? There will be. When there's injustice in the system, and when your policy does not trickle down to the people, does not all go down well to the people now, the people will definitely revolt, and that is the crisis you are seeing that is what escalating now. What is the problem of this country? That is just this. There's no two way about saying Buhari himself is the problem. A president that cannot swallow his pride when he makes the wrong policy, or when he makes the wrong move. A president that does not want that feels that he does not want he feels that working with an Hausa man, and sorry, working with an Igbo man he does not augur well with him. You can see his body language. There are some sensitive positions in which he should place other tribes, but sir, the president will not do that. And now you want do you think there will be no crisis? There will be crisis. The president should reminisce, he should have a rethink on how he's running government. He should go to school and learn what leadership entails if he doesn't know what leadership means.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Yeah. So the first note, Felix.
My brother, it's actually good at times when we enter one chance bus. You know, we've entered one chance bus.
I also.
I know Goodluck Jonathan said it that this man will take us back. It will take us back to several years. It's going to take us back, and this is what we are experiencing. Mr. Christian, it's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. We are the one that put ourselves in this situation. The so-called elites in the Yorubas, Wole Soyinka and Co, Dele Momodu, all and Co are the one. Tunde Bakari and Co, Tinubu and Co are the one that put us into this Gugaga government. It's quite unfortunate. I just have to tell you the truth. It's going to be very difficult for us to come out of this shit. It's going to be very difficult because injustice has become the priority of the day. Injustice. The first question I need to ask before I go into today's review: does our president knows how to tweet? Does he knows how to use an Android phone? Emphatically, I will say no. Who are the people that are tweeting?
You have evidence that he does not know how to use an Android phone.
When he came in 2015, he said he thought Nigeria would be as then when he ruled in 1984. That he doesn't really know much about tweet. The president is not the one tweeting. He has media, Shehu Garuba, Femi Adesina are the one doing the tweeting.
Okay, let's move over to what we have today. Twitter suspended for threatening national security.
The first question here is that what is the Senate? We have 3 arms of government. What is the Senate doing?
Legislature.
What are they doing about it? At least they are there to checkmate the executive arm of government. That this thing you are about to do is very wrong. But they kept quiet. They kept quiet. When Saraki was there, this kind of thing will not happen. The Senate will stand and say, no, Mr. President, this will not be accepted. And this will not be taken. But to my greatest surprise, whatever the executive government says, this Senate will accept it, will absorb it. It's a slap on the National Assembly. The Senate is like say they are rubber stamp. All these things do not happen when Saraki was there. They were mounting pressure on him. That is the one not making Buhari to work. He's the one not making Buhari to work. Now this person has come. What's his name? Lawan. Tell me one thing, one policy the executive he has gone against. None. Is it in this situation now that we are going to have election? Is it this time we are going to have electoral voting system? When if you speak anything against the media, the NBC may go and find you. They may even remove you from Nigeria broadcasting space. The thing is this: if we say the truth, we will die. If we don't say the truth, we will still die. The president does not know what he's doing. His people, his media aid are tired of ideas. They are tired of criticism. They should go and rest. This same criticism was the one they criticized Goodluck Jonathan. Then he was looking at them. When the government welcomes criticism, it's what? It helps to strengthen their weakness. It's let them to know that this is the area we are doing that people do not actually like. They will try and amend. But the reverse is the case of this government. When you criticize them, they will go against it. I listened to Lai Mohammed last week when he was saying that when Nnamdi Kanu tweet that they did not do anything. How can you be comparing yourself with Nnamdi Kanu? Shakau. It's an insult. A president of a country is a chief servant of the country. I stand to be corrected. He's a chief servant of the country, and he has to do what? He has to do what? He has to pour out. He has to pour out his grievances. Then you now said they want to ban Twitter.
Okay, federal government declares attack on public assets a terror act. Killing of policemen is now a terror act. Attack on police station is now a terror act. Removal of rail tracks is now a terror act. Attack on INEC facilities. Attack on destruction of bridges is now a terror act. Some people are saying, what of the activities of these herdsmen?
Well, first and foremost, we need to address the issue first before you can begin to say these are terror acts. What causes all this? What are the causes of all this? The causes of all this are injustice by this government, by Buhari himself, not appointing the right people. Just sectional. It's just been so sectional. Just one-sided person. He said if 95 people voted for me, you mean I should neglect the 95 people? For the fact that 95 people voted for you does not mean that you should neglect the other people. You are a father of all. The very day you take an oath by the Federal Republic of Nigeria that I swear to ban the unity, that is the very day you become the father of Nigeria. My brother, all this will not solve the problem. It's going to escalate more of the problem. It's like if someone is having malaria, you are treating injury. More issues are going to come up. If it doesn't address the herdsmen killing, the Boko Haram, the injustice, the killing, and this thing will still continue in the east. Like that of the east. How can you give the fourth person?
In Imo State.
In Imo State, you made him the governor. And this is one thing I'm saying. Now, people are threatening to take the federal government to the court. The courts are not open. The court have been collapsed for more than on strike for more than 2 months. And the president is there. The labor minister has been trying everything possible. My take is this, sir. The Imo State, they know the issue. There are four actors that should be held responsible in that state. If they hold them responsible, I believe Imo State will be settled, and they should give who is due to be the governor over there. That's my take, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I have Mr. Matthew with me. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome on this wonderful platform, Flip TV.
Good morning,
wonderful
Mr.
man.
Christian.
I respect him so much. Good
Good morning,
sir.
Mr. Christian.
Hold on.
Today I don't talk.
Twitter has been suspended. One of the reasons given was because it threatens national security. So what is your take on that?
My take is that the policy is anti-democratic. It portrays the government as a tyrannical government. Because I've taken time to look at the legal part of what is happening. Only yesterday, the American envoy in Nigeria, British envoy, European Union envoy,
Canadian envoy.
met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the person of Godfrey Onyema, and they insisted that Nigerians have right of freedom of expression. And again, take a look at Article 19 of UN Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is very clear. It says that everyone has right of freedom of opinion and expression.
And Nigeria is a signatory to the UN.
Yes, of course. And this right include to hold opinion without interference, to seek, to receive, and to impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of
the frontier. Frontier here is talking about territorial boundary. So it means you can exercise your freedom of opinion and expression regardless of whether in Nigeria, whether you are doing it from Nigeria to Britain, in fact, regardless of any frontier. So what are we saying here? That best explains the reason all the foreign envoys have maintained their stand. And take a look at some senior respected citizens of the country. Somebody like Adeboye, the GO of Redeemed Christian Church of God, someone like Kumuyi, the GO of Deeper Life, and some other persons have disobeyed, defied the ban. And Adeboye pointed out, cited this UN Act, Article 19. So what are we saying? Nigerian government is not only this government, have always have history of human rights violation, without exception. Under Jonathan, I could recall when Nigerian government needed to buy some critical arms and ammunition like Alpha Jet from America. American government refused to sell it to Nigeria because they started Nihil law. And Nihil law forbids American government to sell that category of arm to a country that has history of human rights violation. Is it an Obasanjo that used the strategy to cut off the head in order to treat headache against Udi when there was a military genocidal invasion in Udi and so many people were killed? Is it the Buhari that did Decree 4 in the past as a military head of state? That decree that gives him right to arrest any journalist, any pressman, and throw him into jail. For proponents of Buhari who were canvassing that he's now a changed man, a repented person, that is a Democrat, I think the events that have happened recently have proven them wrong. Only recently, look at what happened during NSAS. I said here on this platform the other day that the chief coroner of Lagos, during NSAS, that period, on October 19, 2020, made public announcement that people who lost their loved ones should visit Lagos State Teaching Hospital. Consequent upon that, Falana made inquiry, and the inquiry of Falana revealed that over 98 corpses were dumped in different mortuaries in Lagos. And at the time he was making his opinion, about 70 corpses have not been collected. What are we saying? I'm telling you that Nigerian governments have always had history of human rights violation. Nigerian government, without exception, and it's unfortunate, but the problem is that this government, current government, is elevating it, is making it their hallmark. There are so many areas where one can question the approach of government of this government, especially where even our domestic laws talks about freedom of expression, like section 36 subsection 12 of 1999 Constitution as amended guarantees freedom of expression and opinion. And you have an Attorney General of the Federation who is threatening to arrest and prosecute people who violate an order that is not known to law. By our standard, the order is not known to law, and our constitution says you cannot prosecute anyone under a crime that is not known to law. I think because if you watch what is happening currently, there is already civil disobedience. And once you start seeing civil disobedience for your own citizens, it means they are already seeing your government as illegitimate. It's irrespective of anybody's opinion. The government is already being seen as an illegitimate government. That best explains the reason the people are already violating the order. Don't forget that Nigerians were on Twitter the other day challenging the government that they should go and build more prison so that they can have enough prison to accommodate people who are violating the anti-democratic, anti-constitutional order of the government. I think look at the same Malami who have failed to do the needful to prosecute the Nigerian captain and now other soldiers that have been indicted in killing policemen who were on their line of legitimate duty in Taraba State. He's the same person threatening to prosecute Nigerians who are violating an illegal order, a fiat that have no basis. If the government know that their position is legitimate and it is a popular position, they should approach the National Assembly. The same National Assembly that is a stooge and appendage of the executive. They should approach the National Assembly that they want this bill to criminalize people who use social media, particularly Twitter. Let us see how they can ventilate their opinion in the hollow chamber. Let us see whether they will not be humiliated. Let us see whether they will not be disgraced. If they cannot do that, they should bury their heads in shame. They should stop propagating the idea of just yesterday that ordered media houses to uninstall Twitter from their devices. They can have their way to intimidate, to harm, to suppress the media because through NBC they can control them. But I don't think they can do that to the larger society. Okay. That best explain the level of deviance towards the government order. But I think the issue is our government need to understand that we are already in a global village. And our government need to understand that there are some decisions you take, it will be inimical to your own country. Just yesterday, we are seeing that Nigeria economy have lost 4.4 billion naira as a result of this ban. Don't forget that Twitter you are banning in Nigeria is an American interest in Nigeria. Don't forget that Twitter pays tax to American government. Don't forget that if you attack American interests, you are attacking America indirectly. Don't forget that only recently, the former ambassador of America to Nigeria, John Campbell, wrote an article where he said Nigeria is a failing state. Don't forget that the same Campbell have written to the government of Joe Biden, asking them to recognize Nigeria as a failed state. What is the likely implication? The implication is that if they succeed in putting pressure and influencing American government to see Nigeria as a failed state, the implication is that all American allies globally will treat Nigeria as such. And once you get to that level, the implication is that American government, European Union, and all the allies of America will start recognizing all these sovereign agitators who are agitating for sovereign state, like the Biafra sovereign state, Oduduwa sovereign state. And Nigeria government is not looking at the larger picture. Rather, they are busy chasing shadow.
Okay. In the next 2 minutes, look at federal government declares attacks on public access, terror acts, killing of policemen, attack on police stations, removal of rail tracks, attack on INEC facilities, and so. What's your take on that in the next 2 minutes?
Personally, I've always condemned arson. I've always condemned burning of police stations, burning of INEC offices, killing of police personnel. I've always condemned it. More so, as even IPOP and ESN that have been accused severally by federal government, federal authorities, have always denied culpability. It tells you that it's not a civilized and right approach to addressing whatever grievance. But again, I think government on its part is not doing the right thing. Because I see so much human rights violation in the southeast currently. The other day I cited 2 instances where a Nigerian who was going to the airport, Simon Bakwe Airport, on his way to Germany, was shot dead in his car by an Air Force personnel. The other time, we saw how a businessman was shot dead in his car in Imo State. Only for the military who took his cop to the police station to say that the man breached their check and point order. So what are we saying? That's why we are calling on the international community to be their sector on Nigeria for the purpose of gathering all the human rights violation and extrajudicial killing that is being perpetrated by Nigerian government, Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian DSS, and so on and so forth. Because the way it stands, Nigerian government have no respect for human life. And it is until you see all these international partners putting pressure on Nigerian government that they often have reason to think twice. I could recall in the build-up to 2019 election, when Nigerian government were threatening Nigerians with different threats, how the international community rose to the defense of Nigerians, and that put pressure on federal government to do the needful. So in the same vein, I salute and I praise the courage of American envoy, British envoy, European Union envoy, Canadian envoy, for being on the side of the law to protect the common man in Nigeria. and I encourage them to follow through to the letter to make sure that federal government rescind this obnoxious and anti-people policy. Thank you very much.
Mr. Matthew, I have Mr. Samuel with me. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers at home. Good morning to all our esteemed viewers. I thank you. I appreciate you guys for your comments. The critic, we learn every day, and both constructive and objective, subjective and objective critics. I learn. In fact, one of the viewers have to educate me on something I've never known before, so I had to read through the call. It was really an interactive one. So, yeah, I think it's a lady. I don't know. I guess it's a lady from the name. So it was really an interactive one. So thank you guys, and that's why I had to do another research on the topic while I was done on my special. Although it was stressful to me in this kind of wonderful country. Good morning, Mr. Kingston.
Between Twitter and the federal government, the federal government said that the reason why they suspended Twitter is because their actions or whatever their setup is threatening national security. What's your take on that?
Yeah, good morning once again, Mr. Chukwu. My name is Samuel. I think I've listened to some of the reviewers and to their responses to. I think they've done more justice to this topic, this subject of conversation. But let me just chip in one or two things. You see, as they take the fast, to suspend Twitter, make them fast like that, end Boko Haram. Make them fast like that, finish kidnapping. You know, the country would have been better. You see, somebody that is not fast in signing the electoral bill, he is not fast in scrapping of SARS, but he was fast to deploy army to kill. He was fast to end Twitter. You see, the problem we have, we'll say it publicly, we lack leadership in this country. And until we get to that point, whereby we can truly say, yes, we've gotten true leadership, we are still joking. In fact, these guys are not versed with international relations, because when you're pushing the disintegration unconsciously of the country to a stage whereby you are allowing some countries to start giving asylum to IPOB. Now there's a stage to get to. Some countries will start giving asylums to Sunday Igboho and some people within the Yoruba agitators. Just watch. Now it will get to a stage. Now the Northern Elders Forum was even saying if IPOB, Igbo want to go, they should allow them go. Because the calculation and the permutation on ground, you don't have the security architecture to curtail what is going on in Northeast, to curtail what is going on in Northwest, to curtail what is going on in North Central, to curtail the attacks in Southwest with the agitation, to curtail what will erupt from the Southeast. It's a simple calculation. So if the civil war we have to happen in Nigeria in 2021, the outcome will be different or might be different from the civil war that happened between 1967 and 1970. So the statistics and the factorial of what was on ground then is entirely, completely and totally, in all sincerity and in all political calculation, different from what happened in 1967.
What will make the difference?
It's obvious. That's what I just said. That if you are calculating what is happening in North Central, if you are calculating the banditry and the Boko Haram terrorists in Northeast, which the government has not been able to end with this our same army, I mean the security architecture they want use fight Northeast now from heaven. Now the same army will not finish the Boko Haram. And if you are calculating, looking at the reality of what is on ground, they killed in Igongo and Ibarapa. They killed in Benue. The Benue one was yesterday. They killed day before yesterday. They killed. So when you are checking the ethnic geopolitical zone, what is happening now, as it stands now, and you are checking the strength of your security apparatus from the North Central to they kidnap now, they see they never collect, they never pay, they don't go fit pay finish. Since a government legitimates, indirectly or directly, or sometimes encourage, either consciously or unconsciously, kidnapping and negotiation. This is the only government in the world I've heard that negotiates to kidnap. So what would I do? I'm a graduate, I don't have a good job now. Yes, I know. Even some of my friends, I was telling them, joking, they're kidnapping now, they pay. Oh boy, you go cash out 100 million, 90. the children from the other university, Greenfield, the parent pay 180 million with Okada, sold house. So why would I look for a job of 30,000 naira when I can just sit down with a group of boys and I'll have 100 million? It's a common sense of logic. So the government, through our minister of kidnapping and banditry affairs, Shehu Gumi, have been doing a nice job in that. So they should continue. See, we will all stay to get the result of our actions, either government or individuals or stakeholders, consciously or subconsciously. So the developed nations of the world get their result based on their political actions and inactions of their leaders and them as well. So when you vote for people who don't know their left from their right, what do I expect? I'm not expecting anything good that what the headlines is bringing, because from the onset you would have known that this is what you get with the kind of leadership, intellectual sagacity, intellectual consciousness of the kind of people you have. So what do you be expecting when you play to the gallery of lying and deceit, propaganda? So what do you really, so some of us don't expect some of those things, nothing new. So when you now look at Kumuyi, some of these churches use Twitter to send messages to other countries that for next week Monday Bible study, like for Deeper Life. Even Adeboye, this is the topic we want to use. These are the things we need to do. So the church and so many organizations, the nation as a whole, has moved from the paper medium of communication to other part of the world to social media. So you have a deficient government in intellectuality that are not sound to understand that the Twitter is not only meant for government. So now they should arrest Kumuyi, they should arrest Oyedepo. In fact, what you see, when you start seeing a government that is mocking itself within the international community based on its action and its statement, so how do you justify that a policeman stops me on the road, and how many people are you going to arrest? How many people will you stop on the road to be checking their phone? Okay, as at what point did you use Twitter? Yeah, on your data. I want to check. So you don't use Twitter. Okay, because you've used Twitter, you are under arrest. Okay, VPN. Did you on your VPN to use Twitter? So when you now get to session, you now file the case that because of the fact that you own your data, because that is the investigative process you need to go to have established the fact that I own my data to have used Twitter. Do you understand? So I'm trying to see the police that even know how to use Twitter to understand. Some don't even know what the meaning of Twitter. So as at what point, you see, when you have an attorney general that have 100 because of quota system, come out and just create one fiat. So where in our, if you read the Evidence Act, now we start questioning the intellectual sagacity of the law, of the so-called SAN. Even some of us that did not read law, only borrowed courses that we did in some of these universities. If you read Evidence Act, for you to prove a case of such that is not even technologically inclined, if you check the procedure alone, you will be tired. How much more a case that does not have a jurisdiction within the law, that does not have a jurisdiction within the national. So in fact, you can't even prove it. You can use it, delete it, uninstall the app, install it. So will you go to people's office to check? Is Twitter on your phone, sir? Or on your laptop? Or on your iPad? Have you on it today? Didn't you on it? So you see a government that is coming to make a mockery. They make a year of themselves. It shows how deficient they are in thinking. So I don't even want to dwell on Twitter. Let's go to some other prominent issue.
The government declares attacks on public assets terror act. That is killing of policemen, attack on police station, removal of rail tracks, attack on INEC facilities, attack on prisons, destruction of bridges. What of destruction of farmlands? What of killing of innocent citizens? What of herdsmen, attacks, kidnapped and banditry?
You see, it is comedic. Instead of, when you check your financial status in this country, so that I won't have IBP, I'll just go through the headlines and laugh. I'll find pure water to drink and sit down. No one has ever encouraged the burning of police station. I've never seen any Nigerian love the country so much that people go to other ethnic group to relate, even if the political divides will not make you feel comfortable sometimes. Nobody has ever supported the destruction of police station, burning of this. It is the governmental money, it is the people's money that are being used to erect all these. In fact, we don't have enough state police stations to even curtail the insecurity in the first place. So we condemn that in totality. But if you read the concept of the obeisance state from John Locke to Thomas Hobbes, when the right of the people is given to the state. I give you my right as a state to control, to administer on my behalf the living of all of us. It's called the generic right. Now, in the process of handing over that right to you as a state, as the only source that have the monopoly of the use of force, the only point in time, according to Thomas Hobbes and John Locke, according to John Locke in particular, that I can revolt against the state for that right to be retrieved back, which thereby results to illegitimacy of the government, is when the right to my self-defense, the right to my security and properties is no more guaranteed within the state I gave it to in the first place. So that was why, Nigeria do not own democracy. There are premises to how these things are built. And that's why in third world country, when these things are being bridged along the line, all these things are normal. They are law of nature. They are the political, philosophical, that has processes that have been clearly defined. So when those things, the government cannot handle those things again, the people will now revolt. And in the process of revolting, the people will now use any means, arms, to get back and collect that right that they gave to you that you cannot defend. So the question we should be asking, as at what point did we get it right? To have deteriorated to people, taking laws into their hand and burning sessions and police stations. It was as a result of governmental failures, governmental inactions, governmental one-sidedness, governmental sentiments, governmental insensitivity. Because if you check the average in Nigeria, it's not unlike the Arab. We are very hard to react. Unlike the Arab and some other countries, some things happening in Nigeria would have turned to a full-blown civil war in some other countries. We are very slow. And the leadership structure that exists here is from top to bottom. So when you're there, you're not even able to hold firm onto your duties and responsibility. It will result to anarchy and breakdown of law and order. So it's just a simple political theories that 100-level students in university knows. So immediately those bridges are there, then the obvious will be obtainable. So that was how we got to this very place that we are. Any other headline?
Just a final statement on this terror act.
Well, the truth remains that the bulk, in as much as people have seen, we have political sympathizers of the government who, because of their life, we understand where they are coming from, will now portray national security, national integrity, but they will keep quiet when the national security of one section is threatened. When some people will tell you that they won't bring food to another part. National security is broad. It's part of national security. You want to kill those people. The same people, their party affiliates, will keep quiet. When some other persons will tell you that, oh, you need to go back to your region if you don't want our people to stay in your other region. That is not threatening national security. So, in the Nigerian context, you pick morality when it's convenient for you. You pick law to talk on law, national security, because it's convenient for your party and your ethnic group or your religious alignment. At the point it's convenient for you. You pick national security or defense of territorial integrity when you want to define what is convenient for you at a point in time. You pick, you attack some personalities that they are aligning to divide the nation when it's convenient for you. But you decide to allow the same thing play when it's not convenient for you to other region. So you now start looking at what yardstick do we use in estimating some of these conversations. So as long as we've not created a generic yardstick for justice, the agitation will be tougher, will increase, and indirectly the government will use his hand to create tendencies of a more divisive Nigeria that we have. We need true leadership. My name is Samuel. Thank you, Mr. Chukwu.
Wonderful one, Mr. Samuel.
You say Igbo quiet. How will you say Igbo quiet?
Good morning, Mazi.
Oh, my good brother.
Mazi, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Whenever I look at brighter face, I will be happy.
Yeah, wonderful to have you.
Thank you very
Allow
much.
Southeast go if their leaders insist, not an elder.
Thank you very much. now, it's like something good is coming out from them, because it's like they have realized their mistakes. Because when a wife said that I'm okay with this bad husband, I'm okay with this wrong husband,
You leave the wife to go to his father's house. It's very simple. You see, it was only a useless goat to wake up in the morning, say, I'm going to lion them. To do what? To play with lion. So Nigerian government, they are lion. They are looking to who to devour. We know them. Like Buhari, when he come into this city, he said that he's coming to revenge. And that revenge, he's revenging to the whole Nigerians. So now, I will say we are tired of them. Yes.
They don't want us to go.
And they don't want us to go. They are holding us. Thank God they understand the language that we are speaking now.
Okay, they say Twitter. The suspicion of Twitter is threatening national security.
Thank you very much. My brother, you cannot give what you don't have. Our expired leaders, our so-called imbecile leaders, our so-called old and foolish leaders, they don't know what global world means. See, you ban Twitter, you don't know that you have students over there. You have children in the school. They can't do without all those things. Buhari did not know what it means. Democracy means. Democracy means government of the people and for the. Then you don't understand it. The English is like when an 80 years man is warming up to go to youth meeting. Whatever he see in that youth meeting, he take it. Youth meeting is youth meeting. It's not for the 90 years or 80 years or 70 years person or elderly people. It's youth meeting. They call it youth meeting. Nigeria, I believe Nigerian youth have to raise. They have to stand up for their rights. Not Biafran youth. I'm talking of Biafran youth have stand up and they are killing them. And we stand on what to stand up. Till Jesus come, we still fight for our rights. So that is it. We are tired. We are tired of Nigerian government because they are not doing well. Yes, they are not doing well.
Federal government declares attack on public assets as terrorism.
Thank you very much. Good morning, senior brother. To how are you? You cannot get Mr. B without Mr. A. I'm telling you. I mean what I'm saying. From A you get to B. From B you get to C. You cannot have C without A. See. If you don't know how to arrange your house as a family man, your family will turn to a disaster. It's a foolish family man. That is how we catch fire. He'll be pursuing rats. They call themselves our leaders. Starting from Obasanjo, he's Yaradua. May his soul rest in peace. He's the only person that understands the language of Nigeria. Others did not. Buhari, he come there to retaliate. But you should remember that we are not the one who put him inside cell when his mother died. You should go and fight the person. See, everything in this Nigeria, all the whole youth, we are confused. But God is there to settle our case.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. Wonderful.
And I want to use this opportunity to tell them, the army who is killing youth in Eastern Zone, the Yoruba soldiers, Hausa soldiers, who is killing youth in Eastern Zone, should have it in mind that no matter the weight of elephant or Igbos that are among them, should have in mind that no matter the weight of elephant, you know, if you cross earthquake, they should have it in mind. If you keep picking today, tomorrow he stand up again and still crying for the same matter. Oga, reason am. If you're a wise person, you're supposed to give yourself brain. Northern elders, I know they don't know where they are going because they don't know where they are going to. Northern elders should carry their eyes down to know where Buhari is leading them to. Buhari is old man. He's old man. Nobody know. Look at TB Joshua, our favorite pastor. The man who love, the man that help people die, and we are crying for him. There are some people in Nigeria, when they die now, I will drink 1 crate of beer. If I never do such before, I will do it. Because they are killing us. They are killing youth in this nation. Please, they should leave us alone. They should come down and go and rest and wait for their their turn to go down.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Wonderful one, enlightening from Mazi there. With so much.
All right, all right.
The guy is full of parables.
Yeah, this is MC Grammar. Please, I want to start by saying something, and I think I have to say it on this note. Permit me to say this. One of my friends called me from United Kingdom. His name is Shola, but I've forgotten your surname, please. Yesterday night, I never knew you're watching this program. You called me yesterday night. You said you saw me. We played football together when I was in Shagamu State. You said you saw me. You said you knew me. You've been going around asking people for my number, but fortunately, you got my number and you called me last night and we spoke and we discussed so many things, old times and everything. I want to say thank you very much for that beautiful call. I really appreciate it. Now, back to today's topic.
Twitter has been suspended because the federal government gave the reason that they are threatening national security.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
All right, let me just put it this way. Federal government is stupid. In fact, their father is bastards. Are they mad?
Who is their father?
I don't even know their father. If they have father, is a bastard. Can you imagine? How do you come out to say you want to ban Twitter? No, just imagine. How do you come out in this government to say you want to ban Twitter? Now, do they know the usefulness of social network? Because they are Nigerians, they don't know the reason. They don't know the usefulness of social network. It's only in abroad that they value the usefulness of social network. How do you come out to say you want to ban Twitter? We have so many people doing business. We have so many people doing business on Twitter, and here you say you want to ban Twitter. For what? Just because people use Twitter to express their mind. People use Twitter to express their feelings. People use Twitter to say what is paining them. And now, you as a person, you are coming out to say you want to ban.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everyone.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I know you've listened to the people.
Yes.
And they have said their own. Twitter suspended for threatening national security. That's what the FG is giving as an excuse why they suspended Twitter. How does that sound to you?
I've always said, and I'm going to say, you cannot put a crown on a clown and expect a king. Leadership matters. Let me debate a little bit. Have you seen anybody here? Have you ever seen a company in a corporate organization where a PhD holder, a professor, is under a man that has work certificate? Have you seen before? In any organization in the world, where a professor, a PhD holder, is under a person that has only work certificate. That is what you have in Nigeria. What is national security? What is threatening national security? 20, more than 20, but 20 people were killed in Igogon. They were butchered like ram. Till today, our president has said nothing. Yoruba people, are they goats? The Igbo people, are they goats? Idoma people, they killed yesterday in Benue State, are they goats? Are we in Federal Republic of Nigeria or Fulani Republic of Nigeria? That is the first question we should ask. Now, what is national security? Now, you said IPOB are terrorists. Okay. Fulani S-men, are they evangelists? If IPOB are terrorists, I know, okay, let us agree. Fulani S-men that are killing people now, are they evangelists? Are they preaching the gospel? You can't see, you can't do something, you can't treat people like this, other people like this. And as you say, Twitter is not in any way a threat to national security. It's an avenue of reaching out, making Nigeria has lost as of yesterday 4.4 billion naira. Fact. Because of the ban on Twitter. You are using all this power, all this energy to channel against Twitter. Channel those same powers against Fulani S-men that are killing people. I know by tomorrow, next tomorrow, you hear that Fulani people have killed other people in the southern part of Nigeria. What is happening? Malami is shouting, I will prosecute people on Twitter. They killed 88 people in his own hometown. Channel those powers to those places. Not on Twitter. Twitter is by no way, by no means, any threat to Nigeria. That's what I'm saying. Instead, it's an avenue to raise people, make money, entrepreneurs, young small MSMEs making money. So like I said, Twitter is not the problem.
Federal government declares attacks on public access, terror acts, killing of policemen, attack on stations. What of the killing of farmers? What of the kidnap and banditry?
I agree. No same person will support killing of policemen. Burning of something, I don't support it. But let us go to the root of the matter. If you cut a tree from the top, it will go back again.
Yeah.
Go to the root. I repeat, Fulani herdsmen. I don't know. See, let me tell you for a fact. You see Boko Haram, bandits, Fulani herdsmen, they are the same. They are just giving them different names. I don't understand what is going on. You go to Oyo State, Saturday to Sunday, you kill people. President is not saying anything. You go to Benue State yesterday, you kill people. You go to Ogun State, you kill people, nothing. Because Fulani have become sacred cows in Nigeria. I said, are we in Federal Republic of Nigeria or Fulani Republic of Nigeria? Somebody should answer the question. That's what I'm saying. Nobody will support, no, don't burn anything. Nobody will support all those acts. But the root of the matter, where there is no justice, there can never be peace. Whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, you are all Nigerians. Nobody should be greater than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Any rounding off statement that you like to say? Any rounding off statement?
As a good citizen of Nigeria, still in Nigeria, I would just say, let us be on the watch. That's number one. Number two, with the way things are going, everybody should have a plan B. What's the plan B? If you cannot run away, then you have to defend yourself. S-men will come at any time, and nobody will arrest them. Have you ever seen one Fulani S-men that has been persecuted? No.
Even Wakil.
No, that's funny. They took Wakili to police station. The OPC men that arrested Wakili, they are in Abuja today in the prison.
Wakili was let
Now Wakili is enjoying himself. What are we saying? In the same country. Here one tribe. Now, I always say it. I'm a Yoruba person. But the way Nigeria is structured, Fulani first class citizens. Yoruba people, they don't know.
penalize.
They are second class citizens.
Penalty of
I pity for Igbo. Those ones they are like third class citizens. In this nation,
Okay.
let there be peace. But everybody should be on guard. They can come at any time. Like General Togun said, which I believe, Fulani herdsmen have surrounded the whole of Southwest. From Chad, Niger, I'd not say it. General Togun said it. A general. Commander from Otegun for your state. Everybody now should be on guard. Watch and be ready to defend yourself because army will not defend you.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
Wonderful.
God bless.
Brother, I have Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sunday, good morning.
Good morning. My viewer, everybody, I appreciate you. And mommy and daddy that sent Mary Emmanuel to me, I appreciate you. I love you. I don't know your name. But God will keep on blessing many people that want me to be okay. You know understand? They want me to feel fine. They want my injury, my leg to be healed. And I appreciate the thing is improving. I will come for testimony for everybody. Everybody. In the Philip TV reviewer. Oh, God will bless all of you in diaspora. That's why I say my government, now people waiting for diaspora. Nigeria government, they're on their own. I don't know them, they don't know me. You don't understand? My brother, who be Meti Allah? You know them. Under Buhari now with the year name of who? Meti Allah. Now the Meti Allah get mind to tell the certain governor that they are jokers in Daily Sun. You understand? He said they are jokers because I don't blame them. I blame the certain governors that don't know their duty. All of them all the certain governors, both the southeast, the southwest, the south, the governor, they don't know their duty. And they allow some illiterate, you understand, to march on their toe. Who are the Meti Allah? See, very soon gun will enter everybody's hand. And by that time,
Is there a prophecy?
okay, very, very soon, it will not be far. Very, very soon, it will not be far. Esme will kill people. They will be clapping, happy that the king in Oyo State, the king in Benue State, they will be clapping. Headman will go to anywhere, kill people, they will be clapping. When we start dealing with the herdsmen, let us continue to be what? Clapping. The turn will come. That's why I tell you, I don't blame the Meta Alabi, whatever they call them. I blame the Mumu Satan governor where we get. They meet the way they have. Can you imagine? Security advisor said that they should disband all the whole security outfit. You know Ebubagu that the Southeast governor form say they want to use it to protect Southeast. They command themselves for almost how many months now they form them nothing. They have never started anything. The commander had to resign. How many of you hear it? The commander resigned. He said because the governor are not ready to fight the battle. Because they are still collecting 13% from Abuja. That is why we have a certain governor who no get sense. He go to decamp because he want to snap picture with Buhari. The face where camera said the face where they keep camera. Buhari face they keep camera. If you how many journalists, how many camera where they buy a day where they snap Buhari, that one have voice me. The man in Aso Rock is voice me. All of them is voice me. Malami voice me. I tell you we no get vice president. We only get unelected president like Garuba Shehu. Malami, Mumumu Mongolu, Erufai. Erufai is the governor of Kaduna State, but now he is ruling the whole Nigeria. Sheikh Gumi turned himself to it's only Nigeria now we have minister for bandit. That is Sheikh Gumi. He make himself a minister for bandit. And people, we have a governor in the south that are still romancing with them. And that's why the headsmen will come and tell you that the certain governor are jokers. You know, Yeram, he come out to tell all of them that the certain governor are jokers. That him pay me this morning. You know why? You know why? Because if I knew where they chop grass before, now inside bush they stay. They don't know what they call town. They chop grass. All the people Buhari self, they follow them, they chop grass inside bush. Who be Buhari? All of them they chop grass. Herdsmen, not be bush that they stay. But now under Buhari turn Nigeria. Insult everybody. Damage the name of this country. And we have a governor and senator romancing with them. You have a governor and senator romancing with the herdsmen. Herdsmen will come to your community, keep people that go clap. And you are telling me that we have a government. Which government? To hell with Nigeria government. To hell with everybody there. Aso Rock, Oga, order and die. You don't know, order and die. If you talk, you go die. If you don't talk, you go see what? Die. So, Oga, I know, and Oga, if they like, Buhari, go to hell. Malami, go to hell. Mumu Mangalu, go to hell. Erufai, go to hell. Sheikh Gumi, go to hell. All of you. You know, go better for them. The way they want to damage the name of other people, they will carry soldier. They will carry soldier and went to east, south, and kill our innocent people. They will use herdsmen, go to south and east and kill our brothers and sisters. And you think that we'll be laughing and smiling with them? Who will we be smiling with? Mad people. Mad people. They way forward. Let them divide the country. Me, I never have any joy. I never have any joy. Be together with herdsmen, Iflani people. Yeah? We have many people before. We have before they call the world outside Fulani, but now they have conquered the north. They want to conquer the south. They want to make Nigeria a Fulani country. But to hell with them. We, the youth from the Satan, we are not receiving anything from them. It's only the governor and the Mumu senators and the representatives that don't know why they are representing their constituency. They don't know. My brother, if they know the reason why they are there, the herdsmen will not be dealing the way they are dealing with people in the South.
Okay.
If the representative and senator know their right, the herdsmen will not have right in any state in the South or the Southern state. Who are the herdsmen? You know them before? The way they did for Bush.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's why I say Buhari, only advice I give him. If he know say, na evil he bring, may you better go back, go the train car will place where he did before. Since where they overdrive for military, you hear his name. If not be Tinubu carry and come to power. Tinubu carry and come to come destroy the country, and now in the Bakura say they want to go. They want to turn Nigeria to old stature. to rule Nigeria. That's why everybody dey kill, they go dey happy, but time go come. They go know that everybody know how to kill and everybody know how to carry gun.
Thank you very much.
God bless everybody.
Mr. Sunday, I have with me also Mr. Chigozie. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning,
How
my
are you?
brother. Fine. And you?
It seems you're a bit on the surface this morning.
I didn't get you.
A bit on the surface this morning.
Yeah, because you people don't keep to time, and we have other engagements and
So we are sorry.
schedules, and sometimes you keep us waiting for several hours. So I think you should do something about that.
Twitter suspended for threatening national security.
You said
That is
what?
the reason of the federal government that they suspended Twitter because it threatened the national security. How do you look at that assertion?
It's quite unfortunate. Well, my people said that onye kpara nkụ ahụhụ kpọrọ ngwere oku. And they went further to say that ọhịa sọ nketa yepụkwele ero. But implication is very unfortunate that we found ourselves in this dilemma. Very pathetic. You see, that is what you call instrumentality of power. You can see the response or the reaction rather of the federal government to the banning of Twitter. They make use of instrumentality of power because they have the power within their disposal. You see, that simply suggests that these people has been conspiring against the Southerners, other parts of Nigeria. I mean, especially the Fulani Caliphate. The swift approach they use in banning of Twitter should have also been used in tackling the issue of insecurity. The federal government, under the watch of Buhari and Malami, are the terrorists themselves. They understood that. They knew that. You see? I never knew they could be so swift. I never do in their response. You see? In banning Twitter. Why not use the same approach in fixing our infrastructures? Why not use the same approach, swift approach in declaring state of emergency in our health system? Even before they announced the banning of Twitter, they have already implemented that. You can understand the mentality of people you call your leaders, and why we cannot remain one as an entity called Nigeria. Boko Haram has been having free day. The bandits, the killer herdsmen, has been ravaging the nook and crannies, the entire region of this country. And the conspiracy of silence on the part of the federal government clearly made us to understand that they are the ones sponsoring this heinous crime, because they want to overrun the Nigerian state. Of course, the agenda is to destroy the Nigerian state. Having destroyed Nigerian state, they want to alter, they want to change the nomenclature called Nigeria, probably to United Arab Republic. So, for them telling us that they moved, the banning of Twitter is in the interest of the national, it's in the interest of our nation.
It threatens national security.
It threatens, I mean, the banning is in the interest of the nation, the unity of the nation. I think is a very big time joke. We are not gullibles. We understood what is happening. Has Twitter claimed any life? Have we recorded any life as a result of? Unfortunately, the instrumentality of Twitter was used to expose their atrocity to the entire world, citing the NSAS protests, where they said that over 99 casualties. I mean, dead bodies were found in one mortuary, and they are still denying the killing of these youths at toll gates, Lekki toll gates. It is with the help of this Twitter, the entire world was able to see the level of atrocity and heinous crime perpetuated by the Nigerian state. That's why they are moving against Twitter. So that by the time they clamp down on Twitter and other social network, they can now unleash the untold mayhem that is looming already. You can see, even in the midst of all this, you can see that the Fulanese herders, militias are still killing in their scores, in their hundreds, across the Benue, across the west, across the south. You see, all in the name of reducing our population from the south, I mean the people from the south, so that it will be very easy for them when they finally, I mean, declare the jihad. It will be very easy for them to dislodge the remnants within the southern region. Thank God that one of my brothers that spoke before now is a Yoruba man. He said they have surrounded the entire Yoruba southwest. And unfortunately, most of the KBSC are still going to sleep. What are the OPC or whatever? Amateku is as good as Ebubago, as useless as that.
The chairman of the Ebubago resigned. That is Governor Umahi. He has resigned. Yeah.
Why won't he resign? I think he has been playing to the gallery. So I haven't seen the reality. In fact, these people keep on living in the night. That's why the useless Mieti Allah will address them as such, use such, I mean, defaming, use such, is quite unfortunate. They term them as being a big time jokers. Of course, because my people said, Unko onye paranko anho borongwele. And the imo wegiko kebusa chogoso. That is what is happening. We have so reduced ourselves because of stipends, and we sold our conscience. I mean, the governors, they sold their conscience, the political elite from the south, they sold their conscience, they sold their birthright, they sold almost their own people to the Fulani Caliphate. And now we are the ones bearing, at the receiving end, bearing the brunt of these greedy and callous elements. It's quite unfortunate. But how long shall Nigeria continue in this way? No Fulani has been arrested, apprehended, or brought to book by the killing of innocent citizens. And yet, the Malami of Fulani extraction is saying that when you use any person caught using Twitter will be sentenced to prison. They are the one that should waste in prison. In fact, I don't know why God is wasting time. I don't really have to blame God, because He has given us everything at our disposal. But unfortunately, the South has sold themselves. And of course, they prefer the cucumbers of Egypt. They prefer the onions of Egypt to the liberty they can enjoy. I mean, when in the cause of freedom. It's quite unfortunate. They are just like the proverbial Israelite who say, why do we leave Egypt? We better die in Egypt than having independence. I mean, seceding from Egypt. This is just what is happening. This is just the body language of our elite, political elite within the South. But thank God for the few who said no. We are able to go and take up the country. Though the giants may be on our way to hinder, but God has given us victory. And the victory is Biafra. The victory is Oduduwa nation. It doesn't matter the giants before us, but God has given us the instrumentality of His word to pull down every stronghold. Nigeria is fallen. The great Babylon is fallen.
Okay, thank you very much.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chigozie. I have Mr. Kunle with me.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Christian. How you doing?
I have the pleasure of having you this morning.
Yeah, it's a pleasure too.
Okay, federal government declares attacks on public assets terror act. That means if you kill policemen, you are committing terrorism. Attack on police stations, removal of rail tracks, attack on INEC facilities, attack on prisons, destruction of bridges, what of the destruction of farmlands, banditry, kidnapping?
Now, have they declared war on the security people that killed innocent extrajudiciary killing? Are they the sense, you know, war or declare attack on this security, wayward security people? Fulani herdsmen somewhere around in the casino, in his casino, in where Malami come from. Because if that one wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you will just see him promulgating law. I'll say promulgating because this is more or less a tyrant government we are into now. There's no more different from the Abacha government we witnessed. There's no more different with the military junta government we've been having in this country. So where you can say, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and say, this is what I want it, this is what I want it to happen. This is what I want in Nigeria today. And everybody must comply without even consultation, without even dialogue. So it's a government of tyrants we have now. You can imagine what happened in Twitter with Twitter. Now, because they deleted you on Twitter, you have issue with Twitter, you turn the issue to Nigerian issue. And a lot of people have been deprived of their daily income. As it is now, 2 billion naira is being lost in 2 days in Nigeria here on Twitter alone. Businesses, people running lost. People are, it's a real sad thing. These people, I think, I can't wait for their days to expire in government. And we will not just wait and fold hands. We're talking, and we still keep talking. Even if it is to risk, it's not be today. Not be today. We keep talking for them to sit tight. If they know they want to use peacefully, right? Why is it that you'll be in one side of the country abandoned? You send armed men, armed security men to one side of the country, to the southern, and you will fail to tackle the bandits. They are even paying ransom to. Why not call these guys too? Call them down, sit them down, give them amnesty, as you said you want to give the amnesty. Do you know money that is exchanged hand in all those banditry forests? Do you know money that is exchanging hand? Hundreds of millions. If you want to know, you go and ask him. We cannot say how much they are paying all these bandits. Look at the people that kidnap the children. Faith University in. Do you know how much those people paid? Then don't even release them fully. Maybe we'll go to any other.
Suspended for threatening national security. That is the reason why.
From threatening which national?
Twitter in the end.
Yeah, about the Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter suspends
Because of it threatens national
which
security.
national unity? Yeah, security. Twitter suspended the services in Nigeria because the government banned Twitter in Nigeria because Twitter is exposing a lot of atrocity going on in this country, and it has started for long. It has started under, during the time we carried out the EndSARS, during the EndSARS protests. It started then because you cannot see bad things and good things. You either expose the bad thing and support the good thing.
Okay.
And the good moves we made then was to this maladministration, this injustice, this maltreatment is too much then, and they align with the masses, they align with the youth, and it was all about youth life matters. And they see how youth have been degraded, downgraded to the level of no appreciation. We cannot appreciate any longer in this country as youth. If you don't fight for your right, they want to keep you on a stagnant, place that will not even move. You can't even grow. You just remain stagnancy. That is their purpose, so that the youth will not be educated. The youth will not even know their right from their wrong, and the youth will not even have a say. That's what they are going now, and they want to kill Twitter, so that if they kill Twitter, the youth will be voiceless, and they don't know that these youths they are dealing with are sophisticated youths. They are IT youths. They are jet age youths. They are computer age youths. So they are archaic. They are analog people. So you can't say you want to gag youth from talking. You want to ban Twitter. People are tweeting now. People are tweeting. Let the security come around and start arresting. The police station will follow. Even they will be the one to say, Oga, there's no place to accommodate people we are arresting. I don't know why people will just wake up. Leader, for that matter, will wake up and start, imposing tyranny law. Tyranny, the declaration. I don't know. These are all tyrants. You can classify all this. They can be only possible under tyrant government, like this government we have today.
Okay. The Gongo King says evicted Seriki behind attack.
Sure, we all know that. This is what I've been talking about.
Wakil?
Wakil is in Ilorin now. And even when they did the Eid Fitri, we saw him among the congregation there. We saw him among the congregation, smiling and very comfortable. Wakili is there enjoying himself now, and his foot soldiers are the ones destroying all around. Because what I expected, the Gbogbo people said, the Oyo State government, the Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, to have done is to have been proactive. Because that Wakili they sent away from that land, I definitely knew that it would still launch an attack, reparaza back. It will still launch an attack. Yes, on them. And is that not what happened? Yeah. Is that not what happened? And the Wakili now is in the comfort of his house. And the guys that arrested Wakili, they are still languishing in prison, Agodi prison. They even said where they committed the sin is where I think IG later requested for them to be transferred to Abuja. So you're really right. They are in Abuja now, languishing in prison. Why Wakili, the chief culprit, the chief terrorist, the chief commander-in-chief of Fulani S-Men, is enjoying himself in Ilorin. I saw him during the Eid Fitri this thing. Among the crowd, yes. They showed him now. They showed him on all these papers. Where he was smiling.
Yeah, he was smiling
among the crowd that went to pray at Eid or what they Eid at mosque. I saw him. And the person that commits atrocity, you see this, I don't know. You see this government of so-called Mr. Buhari, that is maltreating us this way. It will soon face the wrath of God. Okay. The way I want to say it will soon. The tough time will not last. Tough people will last. It doesn't know that it's building us to be more tougher and to be more, strong enough to face all this devilish, demonic agenda he has, and it will never work.
Any final statement?
My final statement is, as I am saying, the youth life matter. The youth, let the struggle continue until we liberate ourselves from all this hawk, from all these tyrants, from all this evil messengers we have in this country because they are all selfish. They think about themselves alone. How many youths can feed conveniently in this country? How many youths can think of future achievement? Say, I want to build a house. I want to, live comfortable. And the children we are giving birth to now, they want to impoverish our children the way they impoverish us. And that will never work. If it is to fight with the last pin of the blood in our, body, we're ready to do that, to liberate ourselves, because we have to fight the battle.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you very much. Mr. Raphael, good morning.
Yeah, good morning,
I saw you
Mr. Chuku.
warming up.
Yes, I'm warming up to come because leaderships in various regions of this country lack cohesion, they lack consensus, they are not speaking with one voice.
Okay.
The reason why there was reprisal at a Gongo community in Oyo State was that because Afenifere leadership are not speaking with one voice.
How do you mean?
How do I mean? Tinubu was one of the chieftain of Afenifere. Very important member of Afenifere. He was among the people that started that forum. But now Afenifere people, they are speaking here. Tinubu will be speaking there in Kano State, ganging up with the Hausas. What do I mean? Ohaneze group there in Igbo land, they lack cohesion, they don't have anything like consensus. They are not united. Because each and every time they go, they visit these animals at Asurok, they often come home with Ghana must goes. That's why Igbo leadership lack cohesion today. They are there for their selfish interests, they are there for what they will have in their pockets and their bank accounts, swollen bank accounts. Igbo are now not speaking with one voice. Look at Caribbean Igbo is speaking with one voice, Mid-Belt are speaking with one voice, Afenifere, the Yoruba, our Yoruba brothers are speaking with one voice. If we join together, who are the Menta allies across West Africa? They cannot challenge us. But look at today, ordinary Menta allies, Katuriaras, are mocking southeastern governors. This is a federal republic of Fulani. It is a Fulani government. Buhari is not the so-called Buhari. Sure you understand. We are just, using what do I call this in literary language? Euphemism. Thank you. Personification. Sure you understand. The Buhari you are talking about is not speaking or doing everything with his heart for Nigerians. What he's doing in his heart is for Fulani. That's why you hear that something happened today. 2 hours, the next 3 hours, another will follow. Wonders have come to stay in Nigeria. It is no longer one thing happened today, tomorrow another. No. Wonders endlessly has come to stay here. But what we are praying for is wonders of God, miracles of God, to replicate it, to replace it. It's not murderous wonder, it's not blood-thirsty wonder, it's not blood-flowing wonder, it's not blood-infested wonder. We are praying that miracle of God will replicate what Buhari, the so-called Buhari, is doing to Nigerians. What am I saying? Sheikh Gumi has taken a position of such departmental, government departments. Do you understand? Governmental department. Who knows who elected him? Who knows? I don't know. Nobody can ever know. Ministry of Banditry, because he's a minister of banditry now. He speaks for the bandits. He bought Okada for them. Oga Greenfield University, is that the name? In Kaduna State, where they abducted those children. Do you know what happened? Hello, you over there, the whole parents in the universities, they bought Okada. They commanded, they compelled them to buy Okada. You know what I mean? Motorcycle, motorbike, for those bandits in the forest so that their children will be released. Could you imagine that a parent like that was wailing? We sold our properties, all we have, to buy Okada and to contribute to the 180 million naira that was given to the bandits. These parents, they went to hell. They went through hell. The children are misbehaving now. You know what I mean? Mentally, they are not well balanced again because of what they went through on the hands of those vandals. Look at the kind of thing we are subjected in Nigeria. We are no longer running a country that we know to be the giant of Africa before. What we are running now is Metiala, Fulani government, Metiala government, Hessman government, this and that. Why must somebody prescribe indigenous people of Biafra terrorists? And the whole world is there listening, looking and watching for this Fulani regime to annihilate the whole Igbos in the southeast and kill all of them. That is what is going on here. I tell you, nothing is happening, nothing is working in Nigeria anymore. Everything, Nigeria jaga, everything scatter. Poor man, they suffer, gosa. That's why you hear.
It might come for you.
It might not come for me. It is going to the Fulanis. It is going to the Buharis. In the camp of El-Rufai and Gumis, that is where it is going. Not on the camp of the righteous. It cannot come to the camps of the righteous in Nigeria.
Okay. Twitter suspended for threatening national security.
Twitter suspended.
Saying that Twitter suspended for threatening national security.
Twitter? Who said that? National advisor to Buhari?
Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Foreign Affairs in Nigeria is suspending Twitter. What? Security threat to Nigeria? Buhari is a security threat to us. Gumi, Minister of Information, Issa Pantami, that is the man who said it, Abi. He is a threat to Nigerian security. Okay. Gumi, Ango Abdullahi, Abubakar Malami, the worst AGF Nigeria has ever produced. Attorney General for terrorism, Attorney General for Sharia law, Attorney General who has not passed out from Enugu State School of Law, College of Law, whatever you call it, established by Chimaro Kendamane. He did not go through that. He is not read anything concerning law. Attorney General appointed based on what? Clannishness, nepotism and favoritism, not on competence. Attorney General of Nigeria should come out. Let us debate one-on-one. Okay, I will beat him. I'm telling you, let me prepare well. I come here every day. I don't prepare for anything. I talk well. Bring AGF. Let us talk law. Let us define Nigeria. I want AGF to tell me how Nigeria came about. The so-called AGF, Attorney General of Federation of Nigeria. I'm challenging him. He's a bloody dullard. He's a bloody dunce. He's a bloody sanguinary man. He's a blood drunk man. Blood drunk. Yes, I'm challenging Abubakar Malami. He's a fool. Let me remember for you. Yes, he's a fool. Oil tank farm. Oil tank farm in China. Oil tank farm in China. Have you people forgotten in the haste? Sold to a Mexican. Now ferried to China without the knowledge of the Mexican. Intercepted in China as well by Interpol. After investigation, it all traced to Magu, the former EFCC chairman, Malami, the current AGF, and the so-called impersonated Buhari, the person impersonating Buhari. Many of them, $900 and something million gone. He deserted the case. They invited him. He went to his daughter's wedding or his son's wedding. Malami, the so-called AGF. How could that one do to me? He can't. Call him, invite him. Let the whole world invite him. Let us go to Al Jazeera or CNN and talk. He's a thief. He's the most corrupt Nigerian. He is the worst Attorney General of the Federation. What are you talking about Twitter? Suspending Twitter for what? Are you the owner of the company? You want to be killing Nigerians so that they will not be tweeting again and tell outsiders, outside the world, what is happening here. They don't want social media again to be operational. Yes, so that we will die one day, everybody, and nobody will know what happened to us. This is a medium, or it's media from where we tell the whole world what is going on here. And the Fulani regime is not happy about it. These Islamists, they want to truncate all our way forth from voicing out our mind. Freedom of speech violation. The so-called AGF don't want it. And you put it there as your Attorney General of Federation, not for me. I need an Attorney General of Biafra. I need an Attorney General of Republic of Oduduwa.
Is that the way forward?
Yes, that's the only way forward. I can't say the last word unless you tell me, because you know if you allow me to stay here, we can talk. Yes.
What are the final conclusions?
Final conclusion. Or what am I starting to? It's like, let me start. Let me tell you, I'm just about to begin. I've never gotten to my destination.
Your air. So time is
okay, time is not with us. Attorney General of Federation, Gumi, El-Rufai, the governor, the bloodiest governor of Kaduna State, the man who promised international observers in 2019 election, body bags, they should all go back home in body bags. Do you know the meaning of that? Is a thorough threat. Let me tell you, you can ban Twitter, but you cannot bind the Nigerians' voices, mouths, our mouth. You cannot sellotape it. If we ban Twitter, we will say we're talking because VPN is there. I want to sensitize you. If you have that app in your phone, download it. You will tweet as if you are tweeting from the region of United States, domain of USA, IPS. Thank you.
I have a lady with me, a wonderful lady that wants to speak this morning. Good morning. A wonderful lady. Good morning. Ma. Can I say ma?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Nigeria. I want to hail Nigeria. I'm here to represent the mind of God for Nigeria. What I want to say is that Nigeria is not going to scatter. Nigeria is going to be what God has spoken concerning Nigeria from the beginning of the creation of Nigeria. We all just have to humble ourselves. There's no point to be pointing accusing finger to any person here and there. We have to humble ourselves and repent, and God will forgive us and heal our land. Nobody is exempted. We have to join hands together. We don't have another Nigeria, and ask God for forgiveness and ask God for mercy. And I'm putting it all to you, Nigeria, that whatever the devil say, lie, is not possible for Nigeria. Whatever it is, that is not the plan of God. Hear me and hear me very well. Enemy of Nigeria, they will all expire. God must prevail. God is still in control. He will judge everyone according to their portion in this Nigeria. When you do good, you will receive good. When you do bad, wherever you are hiding, God is higher than every Twitter. God is higher than every Facebook. God know your address. God know your name. If you refuse to repent and allow the will of God to come to pass in this Nigeria, whether you like it or not, by force or by peace, Nigeria must experience the word of God. The word of God said Nigeria is blessed, and nobody should be saying negative things about Nigeria. I say God bless Nigeria in the morning, God bless Nigeria in the afternoon, God bless Nigeria in the night. God will loose chain. God will liberate Nigeria. The light of God will swallow every congregation of darkness over Nigeria, and God will be glorified, and Satan will bow. Peace of God be upon Nigeria in Jesus' name. Amen.
Your name, ma. Your name.
I'm Favor Ebenezer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Favor. And within just 2 or 3 minutes, just look at Twitter suspension being a threat to national security.
My name is Mr. James. Banning a Twitter in Nigeria does not affect it globally, because Twitter is a global media where people express their view or their opinion towards what is happening in a particular country or in any particular geographical area. Now, the government of Nigeria banned Twitter does not affect people from speaking the truth. The reason why they banned it is because they have seen that the solid Twitter that is the one that is not buyable for now, because they refuse to buy them. They have bought Facebook, they have bought CNN, they have bought BBC. It's only Twitter that is refused to be buyable for now. And that is the reason why they are finding a means of closing it in Nigeria. But I want to tell you, to shock him, bro.
Please don't shock you.
I want to shock you because there's no way they can close our mouths. As far as we will still have the breath for today, we will still speak the truth. When you speak the truth will only prevail. That's the reason why, because they are afraid of what is happening. And the masses have come out to speak the truth. And that is why they don't want to hear it. Because it's a threat to them. They're trying to ban Twitter. That for that one. Government of this day are the cause of what is happening in Nigeria, because they refuse to apply wisdom and go into dialogue. You can't give amnesty to banditry. You can't give amnesty to kidnappers, to herdsmen, and you are climbing down on people that they say they want to go for a freedom. In the Bible, there was a freedom in the Bible. If you read the book of Genesis chapter 13, it came to a point where Abraham and Lot has an issue because of these herdsmen clashes. God God told Abraham, separate yourself from what? From your uncle. Why did God say so? Because God wants Abraham to live independent, to be independent on his own, not to depend on anybody. Because God is a God of free. He wants Abraham to be liberated from any bondage. That's the reason why today the Nigerian government, which is the headsman, the federal government, don't want to liberate everybody. They want to cage everybody in a particular place so that there will be the head over everywhere. You can see that they have taken over all the affairs of this country. And it's not done that way. Nigeria is made of 3 segments. They say the major segment of Nigeria. We have the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas. But today they want to become a fear of everything. It's not possible because one, our culture are not the same. Our religions are not the same. Our identities are not the same. We have different culture and ethnics, and there's no way we can marry together. They have been married since 1940, which when we were migrated together. But today, people have come out to say no, we can't continue like this. There's no way we can continue. The best option is for them, since they have refused to do a dialogue, let everybody go and manage his resources, either by breaking together or by breaking out. Go, let the Biafra go, let the Oduduwa go, let the Arewa go, so we can have a peace. Because marriage together does not exist again. It does not. It is bringing confusion to Nigeria every day. Okay. So our leaders should do what is necessary to save life. You can see what's happening in the southeast. There's a serious killings over there, killing the youth who are they say the futures of tomorrow. If they kill all the youth, who will become the governor of any state tomorrow? So the best is to avoid this killing, because God hates killing. You can't kill what God created, because human being has no power to create life. You can only create things, but you can't create life. It's only God that can create life. And wasting God's resources, which is the human being, is a sin to God and to humanity.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your wonderful contribution. That's a wonderful one from our brother on that topic. Please, I want you to respect everybody's opinion. Everyone has their opinion. The viewers that are commenting and are giving aspersions on that lady, please respect. That's her opinion. That's her understanding. Just look at her from that level and understand that that's the way she reasons. You reason differently from other persons, so don't castigate someone else because he or she reasons in a certain way. Just try and educate the person. Thank you very much. I will say a big thank you to Dr. Okeke in the UK. Thank you for supporting the reviewers in this stand, and also Mr. John Utomi. Thank you very much. These are wonderful people, especially Dr. Okeke, a wonderful man. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has spoken, Mr. Matthew, and everyone, Mr. David, Mr. Lucky, if I don't remember your name, I appreciate you. Thank you. The man behind the camera is Femi, a wonderful guy, and I'm Christian Chuku. Big thank you to Boss Flip TV, Biodun Upoliwe. Bye for now, till tomorrow.